Oh god, did I do that thing where I went before the counter went? Look, I wanted to make a matcha latte, okay? Did I turn on the mic? Okay, cool. Wow, everyone heard that. My voice is a little hoarse, so... And I went up the stairs, so bear with me. Ooh, wow, this lighting's being kind of cool today. How are you guys? Thank you so much for coming, and thank you so much for being pretty patient with me. How is everyone doing today? Crisis Core, man. Ooh, God, I'm winded from going up and down the stairs. I never like cardio. Hello, Ace. Hello, Brandon. Hello, Retro Video Game Junkie. Hello, guys. Thank you so much for coming in today. We're going to have a fun time playing a little bit of Crisis Core. What version am I playing? I'm actually playing the Steam version, so you're going to be getting really nice quality. It's going to look great. It's going to sound great. I've been playing it quite extensively, comparing it to, you know, the PSP version, and I've been really... I'm going to be honest, I've been really enjoying it. I think Square Enix did a really nice job with this remaster. I'm sorry, because it's not a remake, it's a remaster. It's basically using PSP assets, and it's building on top of that. But we're going to get into discussing how that works, how that functions. If you guys have any questions, I'd love to answer anything that's on your minds, including myself. But I think for most people, everyone's going to be very happy, and they're going to really love the experience there. Tonight, before the sunrise, 5 a.m. Goddamn, all the way from France. And just to let you know, I wish you guys the best of luck on Sunday, because we're going to be going against you on the World Cup on Sunday. It's the only time I follow sports in general, but we're going to be facing you guys, and the best of luck to the both of us. I will definitely say France has been doing fucking incredible in the World Cup. So, all my love to you guys. Sorry, I digress. That's the one thing I'm really excited about lately about the World Cup. But I'm digressing. So, about Crisis Core, this is how it's been going on so far. I've been playing the Steam version, going along how that is. Currently, how I'm running it at 1080p at 60 frames per second. You could also crank it up to 90 frames if you'd like. And you can also crank it up to 120 frames if you really want to. So you can really go pretty high into how this works and how it functions. I think a lot of people will really like that option. But even on the lowest spectrum, which is the Switch version, I think people will be happy with how it plays. I've been seeing footage about it. I don't own the Steam, a Switch copy, but it looks like it runs pretty nicely, and it runs great. So it's at 720p at 30 frames, which is quite respectable for the console in question. So I think it's nice. Ace says, I'm curious because I have the game installed on my PSP Go, so I want to know if it's deaf version. It's a deaf version or the PSP still good version. Okay, let me put this up front. I do not like Crisis Core on the PSP. I don't like it. Like, no. I'm very, very firm that Crisis Core really needed a remake. Just because a lot of the mechanics in Crisis Core are very, very archaic. I think the story is terrible. Holy crap. That's not how people speak in general. And I mean, even going above and beyond the realm of how people actually speak and not trying to go off of it. Just the interpersonal dialogue that you see like Aerith and Zack, it hurts. Like, it really hurts to listen to how bad that dialogue is. I'm not giving any flack to the voice actors. They've done a marvelous job at what they're doing. It's just the dialogue and how the story's done. It's just, wow. It's terrible. I'm still working on the review. I'm almost done with it. Ooh, this is good. I have to get a matcha latte before I do this. Battle system, I think it's terrible on the PSP because you have the L and R button to kind of cycle through menu stuff. You know, maybe instead of just talking about it, let's do this. I'm going to turn off the music. So let me turn off the music a sec. Because I'm like, why am I just like talking about this without you guys seeing it? So let's give some input and show you exactly what I mean. All right, there you go. So I'm going to pull up my hard drive. This hard drive has all of the footage that I've recorded. This is all recorded on my PSP. So strictly speaking, we're talking about the PSP right now at this moment in time. I don't like the story, for example. This is a great example right here. I'm going to put this in the video. And this is a problem too, because there's like interpersonal dialogue between Aerith and Zack, and it's supposed to show their development of the relationship. I get it. But like the dialogue just, wow, people don't speak like this. Like, holy shit. Like, just look at what I mean, and just, it's terrible. This is like the most conversation they have, by the way. At least that we've seen. And then he's like, all right, I gotta go back to work. So it's just kind of dumb. Like they have a lot of this. I think it's cool. That's pretty cool. You know, that kind of like interpersonal dialogue. In terms of combat, I'm going to bring it all the way to... let's go into the battle section of the intro. So this is where you're fighting the behemoth, right? So here is the first section of the game. You're fighting the behemoth. It's letting you know how it controls. Actually, no, not this example, but you'll get what I mean. And how it kind of works is that the combat right here. So you use L and R to kind of toggle through these right here, right? So you have like different icons. And this is my biggest problem. The whole roulette system. Like you actually see these FMV cutscenes play while you're battling. This is one of the worst times to have this character development, because you're in the battle, you're fighting. And so imagine if like you're fighting, you just stop there, you're like, hey, what is Cisne doing? And it's just like, wow, this is not how like battle works. Like there is a flow, there's a way that battle works. This is not how it functions. Like, wow, this is terrible. And this is not really how it functions. And lastly, the game just doesn't look good. Like, yeah, this is... let me put it into context. I'm going to pause it and let's make it as tiny as we can. This is what you're looking at, all right? Like, if we're looking at gameplay, wow, this looks really great. Like, it's just this little tiny thing because this is what you're seeing on your PSP. Now, let's blow that boy up, all right? And you can see where the problems kind of come in. Like, a lot of the text can be illegible. A lot of the icons can be a little bit more difficult to see. And you could make the argument of like, hey, you know, this is just like, you know, on Super Nintendo or like the PS1. But keep in mind, those were made for televisions. This was made for handhelds. So a lot of this won't scale up nicely, even if you obviously have a nice upscaler or anything like that. Those are my 3 gripes I have. I did list those pretty extensively in the video, but I hope that gave you guys a little bit more detail of why I don't think Crisis Core aged well and why I think it's kind of worth it if you kind of like upscale it. All right. Did you use a PSP with components or Vita TV? No. Like the video footage that you saw is using actual like PSP component cables. I got those long time ago, thankfully, so I was grateful enough to get those. So that's one thing I was very happy with. So the footage that you're seeing is from a PSP 2000, recorded with component cables, and used a RetroTink 5X to kind of scale that to the 1080p. I did find some settings online to kind of make it look nice. So hopefully that works time. And yeah, there you go, Retro Video Game Junkie. It's pretty much a pachinko thing, and I don't like that because it like if I wanted to go play pachinko, I'll play it when I'm not battling. Maybe when I'm supposed to be battling, I'm not supposed to do a fucking roulette. And it just pisses me off. But I will say this, though. And I'll start booting it up right now. In context of how this game actually functions, I think a lot of people will be happy with it. It remedies a lot of the problems that I've had with Crisis Core. And I think it's a much more tolerable experience. A lot of people will be happy. My question is, though, I do want to ask you, while I'm starting the game up, do you guys want to see the intro of the game or a little bit continue where I'm at? I'm not entirely sure, so please let me know, but I can always start from the beginning, no problem. Maybe it might be better for a lot of people. Yeah, I remember running around the enemy, waiting for the pachinko thing or magic thing. Yeah, that's just, it's just not worth it, man. Like, I think it truly was a product of its time, and it just didn't kind of function properly. By the way, some dudes are at work on a brand new PSP Go dock with PS2 AV output. That's very cool. I like that kind of accessibility. I think a lot of people will be really liking that because, yeah, I don't think the Go has docking capabilities or like any kind of TV out, so that's a really nice thing. I'll say this. I personally don't like to play the PSP games on the PSP unless I'm on the Go. I like to emulate them. That's the only console I prefer to emulate. Out of everything that I have, I don't like to play PSP games on its native hardware. I hate it. I never liked it. I never liked it. I never enjoyed my experience. That is one thing for sure. All right, there we go. So my question is, like, the menu's really nice. They really redid all of the menu and everything. I think they used AI upscaling to kind of really fix a lot of those issues. But they did a good job for how far AI upscaling goes. The voice acting is also in Japanese. I'll put it in English, obviously, for context's sake. I think a lot of people would obviously prefer to, like, listen to it in English. Okay, wow. Yeah, this game is also pretty low on the volume spectrum, so we could continue save. I'm a PSP Go to active. I like the concept of the PSP Go. I think it's cool. Like, you don't have to deal with any of the UMD drives. Everything's digital. That's the only console I think that works really nicely digital. But you get the point. So let me show you where I'm at so far. I'm not too far, but I'm at chapter 2. Basically, you're in your factory and you're meeting Gact or Genesis. So if you want to see how he runs, here you go. Let's see. Let me turn up the volume because this game is not loud. It's not a loud game. But there we go. I think that runs nicely. I'll raise it just a little bit more. This game is low. There we go. There we go. So, like, this is the Zack model here. Like, I honestly think it's a nice model. Let me know what you guys think, how it looks like symmetrical wise. I don't know how I'm feeling about it, but like you can see like the knitting on him. You can see like the models, like the buckle and all the belts and everything. I think it looks nice, and especially like his strength belt. I really like the way everything looks, and even when light hits it, you know, has a nice glisten. It does remind me a lot of the remake, so very cool. Also, I didn't put a pop-out chat. Let me put that in, so give me 1 second. But admire his face, if you'd like. There we go. I could actually see chat now. I don't know why I didn't have chat there. Oh, man, outside. But there you go. That's how his model looks. Everything is done like this as well. Like, here's Sung. Right here, he's on the computer on his little retro PC, and he's just accessing some files. But a lot of the animations, everything of this game borrows from the PSP. In terms of level design, in terms of character animations and everything. Better if you played at 4K.
Mystery is the gift of the goddess.
Oh wow, they brought his voice actor back.
And take to the sky.
Better if you played in 4K. I'm not streaming in 4K. I mean, you could play this in 4K, but I'm not streaming this in 4K.
On the water's surface, the wandering soul knows no rest.
Well, it looks like a PSP game with an HD patch, except for them. I think that's the best way to put it. It just has incredible models. Like, the models look really nice. I don't think they're as good as a remake, though. They don't look as good. So if you're wondering, like, do these look good or not? I think in context, they look nice. But in terms of, like, comparing it to the PSP, it's...
The grave at the house. We found the remains of our people there as well.
All the voice acting is also redone in the context of the remake. So that's something also to know as well.
They would have done that anyway.
I don't like Zack's voice. It pisses me off. It's just... Ooh. No. It's terrible.
Me. They had always betrayed me from the very beginning.
Mommy and Daddy betrayed me. But the cutscenes do look nice, though.
You know?
It's nice.
Shit, relax, dogs.
Yeah, I'm not used to any of the voice acting. It's just... It's really taking me out. Oh no, it's Angeal. Damn, also his boots and the models do look really nice too.
Welcome, partner. I see. You finally made your decision. I'll respect your wishes, old friend.
Yeah, I think it's the same on the Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. That's the best way to put this. If you guys like Birth by Sleep and how that remake went, this is basically that. Like, they basically took a lot of
Can you really
how they did Birth by Sleep, a lot of those
side?
everything's. I will say this though, that's not Zack's same voice actor. It's the one in the context of the remake. Which, yeah, because they do reference Zack there briefly, but it is a new voice actor for Zack. So this is not the original voice actor. All brand new. Japanese is completely different. ¿Cómo está? Gracias por venir. Y mira, que todo va bien domingo. I'm hoping everything goes well for us Sunday, man, at the World Cup for Argentina. I'm really rooting, like you got no idea. There we go. I already got that part, so I'm going to... I do a lot of save files, just so you know. But alright, looks like we're supposed to escape out of that, see what's going on, and then kind of get out. Combat is going to come up in a little bit. I think you guys are going to really like how combat looks. It really flows...
Damn. Where is he?
so much better.
Did he leave the factory?
I hate Zack's. I don't like it. It's disgusting. Alright, you'll see. A lot of the music has been done. Espero que nos vaya bien. Igualmente, la verdad que estoy tan nervioso por Francia, pero híjole, vamos a ver lo que va a pasar, pero... Ay, Dios.
There's no time. We have to leave now.
Nomás podemos rezar y ya es
Wait,
todo.
we're gonna give up the
Ya vamos a
search?
ver.
We can't leave any evidence. An airstrike has been called.
Oh, they're gonna actually blow up the place. Yay! Definitely not Sephiroth. Yeah, you'll see Sephiroth a little bit later. Like, if you guys don't know, there's a dynamic between him, Sephiroth, and Genesis. Like, there's like an Angeal, Genesis, Sephiroth. Like, there's a dynamic between the three. But Genesis is kind of yeah, he's a weird character. Like for sure. I don't know how to explain him because he's just like an insane character.
Genesis has begun shelling the town.
Oh,
Oh.
man, what do we do now?
Use timely sword strike.
Oh man, wow. Yeah, I don't like this Zack voice actor.
It can't be too fast or too slow.
Yeah, I don't like it. I'm not knowing American voices very well except Roger Craig Smith, Johnny M. Bosch, and James Arnold Taylor. All great voice actors, by the way. I listen to a lot of voice actors. So, here's the interesting thing. The voice actors for the Final Fantasy VII Remake are all brand new. Every single one. They never used the original ones. For this one, is the same thing, because it's following that canon. And if you guys don't know, it might be a slight spoiler, but it's a slightly newer canon.
I have to get to Angela's
I hope you
mom
guys know
quickly.
that. But the Japanese voice acting is the exact same voice actors. The ones that were in the original, in Advent Children and Crisis Core and all that, reprise their roles here. They have to do this. They have to do this whole thing. Yeah, I like the design of the Final Fantasy characters. I actually do too. That's where Tetsuya Nomura actually does a decent job. Story-wise, oh, hell no. Also tried doing this on the PSP. This was not fun on the PSP. Oh my god, come on, just... We're almost to the battle. It's just a very tedious part. I think one more.
Oh, yeah!
There you go.
The shelling has stopped. I've just received word. The airstrike is commencing. Hurry.
There you go. You'll see, so as we start to go up to the town, you'll see how some of the FMVs run. But you can definitely tell that the models primarily function how they do on the PSP version and the animations as well. So like they have very, very static animations. So you'll start to like really notice that. It's a little bit of a shame, but at the same time, it's like, what can we do about that? They have to redo everything if they want to go without that. And that's That's a no-no.
After some deliberation, I've managed to buy a little more time. Go do whatever needs to be done.
Thank you, Tsung.
Those shells are Shinra products too. So you'll be rewarded for destroying evidence.
Wait, is it remastered of a game that follows the timeline to connect with the new timeline? I'm confused. Actually, that's exactly it. That's literally what the game is. It's an original timeline that follows a new one. That's all I know. So that's all I could say. Oops, and Gio's mom is dead. Yeah, this is actually a good remaster remake or something. It actually is. I will say this, Square Enix actually did put some effort into this. And I think they do quite a nice job with it. So I'm pretty content with it. Oh, it says achievement unlocked?
Is that your idea of honor?
Yes, it is. I killed my mom. Oh, I didn't even know that. I couldn't even find it. Oops.
And neither can her son.
I'm kind of blind.
What are you talking about? What's going on here?
I told you. You can't live on that side anymore.
Oh my god. Ugh, Genesis was...
My friend, do you fly away now? To a world that abhors you and I?
Shut up!
All that awaits
Shut
you
up! I'm
is
warning
a
you!
somber morrow. No matter where the winds
Oh,
may
for
blow.
fuck's sake. He needs to shut up. He really
I don't
does.
see Sephiroth today, but are you game?
Yeah, he does a lot of summons. It's really fucking annoying. At least you'll see how the battle works and how the combat system works. There we go. So this is Bahamut.
A summon! Damn it!
Activating combat.
All right, there we go. Oh wow. Okay. All right, so this is how this works. You have a materia button. It's the left trigger, and basically that allows you to kind of use whatever materia that you have attached. Wow, jeez, this guy's really... There we go. So this is how it works. You kind of go and attack if you want. And then you can use the materia. So I'll use Dark Blizzard. Dude, I don't like the voice. Sounds like some emo or Sonic the Hedgehog. It's not like... Zack's voice is not pleasant. I'm not a fan of it. I'm really, really not. I tried liking it, but like, wow, it's just... That's why I'm saying if you do, my recommendation is to definitely play this in Japanese. Because at least you can have the original voice actors, and you know the like it has some continuity. So I'm fine with that. Yeah, no weight in that voice. Yeah, it's just very like, hey, what are you doing? You know, it's just very flat. Okay. Oh, I can't do anything. Dark Thunder. Alright, let's cure. But yeah, the combat is significantly better, and hopefully if I get a good roulette, you'll see how it works.
Take
Oh.
out enemies with one blow. Now.
So you can skip these. Thank God.
All right.
Okay. So you could skip these. And then you could also use Octo Slash, and I'll show you how that works. So, you can use it whenever you want to. I really like that.
Concentrate.
I'm feeling it!
So I will say this, Ace. Actually expect for mods to come out where people can use the original PSP voice acting. I guarantee that's going to be the case. So I'm not surprised. It's just give it more time. This game doesn't have widescreen support either. There we go. So I'm actually pretty disappointed it doesn't have that. And it also uses FMVs too. I think these are AI upscaled and they actually look pretty decent. They're not too bad. But you can skip all these, which is nice. I'll show you that, but all of this can be skipped. which is something that I really like. That was a problem I had with the original. Because you can't skip any of these in the original. So it makes things a lot easier. Oh, shit. Fuck, the music is pretty good. Yeah, they actually remade some of the music, and it's actually quite nice. I was actually pretty happy with that. Also, I don't know why. There we go. Alright, there we go. I don't know why that took off your comment. My bad. Alright, cure. It's not too hard either. Okay. So we can do this if you guys want to.
Bring out the big guns.
There you go.
Here we go. Go, go, go!
Oh, wow. I don't like the voice acting. Holy shit, it's bad. Alright, let's see if we can block this. Oh, wow. Nice block, too. Ooh, okay. Airstrike. So you can skip all these, which I love.
No, not if I can help it.
Wow, that was terrible. A lot of this voice acting is not... Zack is just a terrible voice actor. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. I might actually just switch to English. Actually, can I switch to Japanese? No. Oh, wow, he killed me. I have a Phoenix down, so it's okay. Never mind. Is not okay. Okay. Gameplay side, did it feel like the PSP or better or worse? That's a very good question. I really, really think that gameplay-wise, the controls on the PSP felt tight. I actually liked the way they control. What I didn't like too much was the L and R cycling, like cycling through your items. That was a little bit annoying. This one, you don't do it as heavily because it's more items instead of like your APs. And it's really nice that... Oh god, excuse me. It's really nice that you have a trigger button specifically that allows you to hotkey certain items and materia that you can use. It's extremely helpful, and it just makes the battle flow better. I think the battle is much more simplistic than the remake, but I like it because of that. So it takes all the simplistic natures of that, makes it really nice, and you'll just have a really great time. So highly, highly recommended. I'm really a big fan of it. I'm a less is more fan when it comes to some, because I've noticed some RPGs that try to overcomplicate themselves, and I'm not just a fan of that, you know? Like, some simpler is better. There's never a wrong thing with being simple. Young Khaled, the PSP ISO just needs to be patched with the remake texture. Wait, what? Okay. The PSP ISO version just needs to be patched with the remake textures and character models. Okay, it run PS... No. No. Oh my god, no. No, I'm sorry, but wow, no. The reason that they're... this isn't an HD texture. Like, you're really underselling it. There's a lot of good that they're doing here, but to kind of simply just say it's an HD, like, texture mod? No, no. A lot of quality of life issues have been added. A lot of new areas have been, you know, redone, and it basically does use the same animation and level design of the original. The combat is completely overhauled. It's really well done. To kind of undersell that you want the original PSP with... No, boy, no. Hell no. No, that's... No. That already tells me you didn't play this. If you're just simplifying it like that, you clearly have not played this. I'm sorry, man, but I'm hella calling you out. I don't like that comment. There we go. There we go. So we can skip these two. I like that. There we go. Alright, so we can keep doing these, and we can skip these too. Oh, ooh. Oh, when it reaches 7-7, DMV will drop. He'll level up.
Warm-up's over.
There we go.
Here we
So,
go.
skip these. Cool. Yeah, I'm just gonna skip these. I have the game on PC, but I haven't played it yet. I know you haven't played it because you're simply saying that. I'm sorry, dude. But if you're just saying this is an HD remaster, like, not an HD remaster, I'm sorry. Just with newer textures, just like clearly, Lord, man. Like, ugh. I'm sorry. That's like one of... No. No. There we go. Oh, we can't reach up there. There you go. But no, combat just feels great. I know you can do all of the extra missions too. And damn, it's really great on it. Let's see. Yeah. Here we go. There we go. For fuck's sake. Oh, wow, jeez. Yeah, I remember, I will say this. I never liked any of the original, like, summon battles. I always felt like they were, like, huge, annoyances, even in the beginning. Like, I hated them. Armor, what you do? I will say that Birth by Sleep in 1.5 and 2, they added just, well, not Kingdom Hearts 1. Square Enix actually lost the source coding for Kingdom Hearts 1, so they had to redo everything on 1. When it comes to 2 and the others, that's a little bit different. It's just higher quality models and that's it. Everything is literally exactly the same. The music is a little bit different. That's about it. This entire game is clearly an overhaul. Like, it's an overhaul on everything, and Crisis Core needed that. A lot of this game has aged like milk. Like, it's terrible. And I'll fight on that fucking hill. Okay. There we go. So I just need to keep guarding. Yeah, that is for sure. They actually, it's kind of nice to kind of play that in like a newer engine. So I'm cool with that. There we go. What are you drinking, dude? Coffee? I'm actually drinking a homemade matcha latte. I have matcha lattes at least once a day. I always make them every single day, and I love them. I'm not actually... So here's the funny thing. I'm not a coffee guy. I do not like coffee. I never liked coffee. I always hated it. There you go. So we don't have to do any of this. But I do like this.
Prove your honor to me. I got it.
This is kind of a dope animation. I won't even lie. It does make me wonder, too, if Square Enix actually had the original source coding for this game. I don't know if they do or not, but it does make me wonder. Ooh. Fuck him up. See, that's actually cool that you can actually break their limit breaks. I really like that aspect of it. By the way, Kingdom Hearts on PC is great. With the patch, I could have my French voices. Wow, I did not know that. Actually, see, that's exactly why I like hacking a lot, or like modding a lot, because there are times where I think it's really necessary to have that, and having more accessibility for like more features, more characters, and you know, just make it easy for everyone, especially with are the cutscenes upscaled or remade? The cutscenes seem to be AI upscaled. I'll definitely showcase that in the video, but they do definitely seem to be AI upscaled. I don't think it's as good AI upscaling as I've seen other modders and other people use.
Summons aren't meant
Well,
to be used
there
like
you go.
this.
But it
What
actually
happened to
looks
dreams and
quite
honor?
nice. There are some finicky artifacts here and there.
We are monsters.
I'm a monster. Because I got a fucking wig. I like black coffee, but I prefer coffee with the milk. I think milk brings the power.
We
Coffee.
have neither
What a lot of
dreams
people say,
nor
actually.
honor.
That's what a lot of people say about coffee. Just add that. I know some people who do like their coffee black. Oh, respect to that. Like, goddamn. I can't do that, but, you know, credit where credit is due, right? How long have I been live so far? I like to keep live streams about
Soldier
an hour.
doesn't mean monster.
That's wrong. You're fucking wrong, Zach. I'm sorry, that's just straight comedy. Soldier doesn't mean monster. Let's bomb a fucking village. I don't know. Maybe bombing a village means you're kind of a monster, so let's eradicate all life on this town. Great job, by the way. Fucking comedy. Yeah, this game is just a fucking comedy, man. I'll switch the VA to Japanese because I'm not gonna lie, this voice acting is killing me. Do I want to save the game? Yes, I do. Starts the World War III. Actually,
the war is over.
if you kind of think about it, though,
Feel happy.
if you think about it,
As for me,
like, there's literally a resistance force trying to eradicate Shinra because they've done so much heinous crimes. That shows you a lot.
A little more important than my sword.
Just a little.
Just a little.
I'm a good guy. Explosion. I fucking love it. But thing is, it really does show that Zach, he's just a very naive person. He thinks he wants to be a hero, and then he realizes that the place that he works for is actually
It's been a while, Zach.
a shitty
Sephiroth.
place.
Come to Lazard's room.
Alright.
Alright, we're going to switch the voice acting to Japanese. So we're going to switch that up. Okay, here's another cool thing. The entire menu has been redone. So if you guys remember the menu that I showed you, there's just quite a lot that this game doesn't look good with. A lot of the menu really needed to be redone. And even if you like upscale the original PSP experience, which I've done by the way, on like emulators, it still does not look good. Like, this game does not look good upscaled on an emulator. I've tried it, it looks like crap. Everything about it just needs a complete remake. This game always needed like a remaster, hands down. So that's why, like, you can equip your materia right here. You can also have I think there are 2 other slots which I haven't unlocked yet. Ooh, yeah, fuck yeah, we'll do that. There are 2 other slots here. You can check out your DMV. Love that name. Then you can have all of these other ones if you'd like, which I'll get later on my own time, obviously. You have the shops that you had before. We're gonna definitely do the voice acting to Japanese because it's terrible in English. I can't do this. All right, Zach, stop it with this phone. We don't see the menu on the PSP. Oh, did I not show you? Okay, let me do this. Hold up, let's do this. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn off game capture. And I'm going to turn on this. So you can probably see the gameplay in the background. But let me just show you the menus, because I do have a file that's just the menus. So there you go. That's an idea of the old menu. It's old, it's rudimentary. Some of the text is pretty illegible. Like, you can't see anything. Like, it's pretty difficult to see. Like, Zach's portrait is just way too pixelated. And this is blown up. And I know a lot of people, like, there's going to be someone, I guarantee there's going to be a comment that someone's going to say, and it's going to be like, well, all of these retro games are on, like, I don't know, they're all pixelated. I fucking know that. But you guys have to realize this is a a handheld, like a game that was made for the handheld, that doesn't have any kind of TV output, and it was made for this. The resolution that I remember, I put in the video, this is at 272p, which is double of the original Nintendo DS. And you're basically playing this game with 3D graphics and 3D polygons, and like a little bit better than 240p. So you could really see where it is. And right here, like some of the icons right here for where the DMV is, it's pretty illegible too. Like this is a difficult thing to access and look at. So like, oh god, drank real good. Same menu that I was looking at before. Like you can have, you have the different icons right here, the different summons, different characters right here. Oops, it's a spoiler. Hashtag this game's been out for like 15 years. But you get my point. You got mail. And you have the mail too. Mail icon's been that. That menu looks like PS1 or N64. Yeah, and this is the thing. This is this is captured on my PSP, upscaled through component cables, and then with a really nice upscaler. So I use the best that I can to make sure that you guys have like an objective opinion. That's why whatever footage that you see on the channel is going to be on original hardware. It's always been like that since day one. So yeah, I'll exit that out. But hopefully that gives you guys a really good look at how this runs. You'll definitely see it in the video, and I'll show that. I would definitely say the video should be out hopefully later this week. I'll probably give like Patreon, YouTube membership people about a day or two. So if you really want to see this, I'll put this up, and you can just you can help out the channel as little as $1, and you'll have access to this. So I'll definitely have this. If I have access to it, maybe what I might do is release this Patreon folk and YouTube Saturday, and then probably release it Sunday or Monday. I'll do that. What was I gonna do? Okay, change the voice acting to that. I have mail, thank you. What's in my inbox? Angela in white. Have you seen a guy wearing a lab coat? That's Hojo. Oh, Hojo's a stinky man. But this is the material room if you want to get some things done. Ooh, wow. Look at this. Like, this is really cool what they've done. A lot of the interiors have been beautifully designed. Redesigned, I'm sorry. Like, yeah, this is still the original design on the PSP. And maybe scaled up a little bit. I could understand when you see it's too tiny for a small screen. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to get. Like, the PSP was... Obviously, the games on the PSP were made for the PSP. It's more of a novelty that you can blow them up on your television. But if you really play these, like really play these on your TV, it's a terrible experience. Have you ever seen a little girl around? Wait, what? Nanda. Nanda yo desu ka? Okay, so there's Lazard. We're gonna see him in a bit. Also... Oh, there's Console. Also, here's the funny thing. A lot of the voice acting between these two have only been in text. So this is the first time they've actually spoke, like, really speak to each other. It's kind of cool. Yeah, there's a... I'll say this, there's a lot more, like, there's a lot more, like, direction in the Japanese voice acting. So, if you really want a good direction, go through that. And there you go, there's Sephiroth. He looks fantastic. Trilingual stream. I mean, I technically am trilingual. I can speak English, Spanish, and Japanese, but I forgot my Japanese. Obotenai. Oboitemasu. I forgot. Yeah, this is much better in Japanese. Japanese sounds way better. Yeah, just stick with this.
いいけど任務の内容だがその前にザックスブリーフィングルームへ行ってクラスファーストらしい服に着替えてきたまえ
Wow, he's first class now. It's just what he've always wanted. But is it worth it? Now my ears can't stop bleeding. Yeah, it's not worth it. Like real talk. I don't like it in English. That Froth looks like a good dude.
そうだけどクラスファーストにはマテリア合成の使用権限が与えられる
This was cool. Materia fusion was very nice.
メニューを開いてみたまえ早速何か
So they brought this back. So everything has pretty much been brought back. And you can skip cutscenes, which you cannot do in the original, by the way. I think what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to play... Ooh, look at that stance in first class, my boy. I see you, boy. Okay, so here's what we can do. Get a really nice materia. We'll get an AP, and then you can fuse those. Oh, sorry. You can fuse those, and let's fuse them. Yeah, brother. Okay, so I'll just do this. I'll just equip that. Fire blade. There we go. Nails fire and attack. You could also have 2 attacks. That's awesome. So you could have 2 support materials. I wholeheartedly approve that. Cool. So you have a little bit more variety now. So the game definitely opens up. So that's a nice thing. So let's go speak a little bit to...
Oi, oi.
I got it. There we go. Okay, skip. Okay, so now the question is, how do we get upstairs? Okay. I do want to see something. So the entrance, I'm curious about this. Because if you guys don't know, like, Shinra has been completely redesigned in the remake, and this looks nothing like the redesign in the remake. So it does take me out a little bit, because it's using the old designs when the new one has been completely redesigned. So I don't really like this, and it just really takes you out. Have you played the remake? I have played the remake, and I'm gonna say this, and I'll answer your question 2 ways. I didn't think I'd like the remake so much. I actually love it. I think the remake is phenomenal. I think it's extremely well done, and I was just pleasantly surprised how much content there is and how spread out it is. I will say though, some areas are unfortunately bloated. I would say 80% of the game is is really well paced. The other 20 is bloated, and I don't like that. Everything else is done very nicely. I think the pros really outweigh the cons. As for if Crisis Core is a long game, quite a bit. It's pretty substantial, actually. Let me see. It should probably be the same length as the PSP. So let's take a look. Hey Google, how long to beat Crisis Core PSP? He'll speak to you. Yeah, that's what I thought. 14 to 17, what is it called? 14 to 17 hours. Which is actually a nice amount, so I think you guys will be happy with that. I think it's a really nice amount, and I personally think it's worth it. So, absolutely play this. Okay, another thing, the music has been remade, and for a lot of people who like the original, you won't like that. That's a huge problem. I love the original music. Let's go down, boy. Uh-oh. What's going on? Yeah, everything's been redone. I never liked the way the original Shinra soldiers looked in the original. There we go. 14. It's out. Yeah, it's nice and chunky. It definitely doesn't overstay its welcome. It's a great game. You'll have a wonderful time. KOTOR took me 30 hours first time. Oh my god. How long did it take me? It took me a long time. I think it took me about that, but it does take me about 50 hours because I do everything for KOTOR. I love KOTOR too. It's a phenomenal game. There we go. I think what I'm gonna do some fighting in this area. Once this area is done, I'll definitely turn off the stream because I think it's gonna be good enough for people. It's gonna be good enough for people to watch, want to know how this game runs. So I think you guys will be really happy. There we go. There we go. And now the game starts to flow really nicely. And you can skip these two, so you see what I mean? That battle just flows so much nicer. Fire blade. There we go. There we go. Yeah, combat's much nicer. Thinking now, did the remake have inspiration gameplay side by Crisis Core? It's actually very possible. Hajime Tabata. You guys don't know who he is. He did the gameplay for this game. And he also continued the gameplay in Final Fantasy 15. And while a lot of people are hesitant on 15 because the combat just feels a bit too simple in terms of that it just kind of runs by itself, they definitely like overhauled that and made it what it's very close to in Crisis Core. So I think a lot of people are very happy with that. I really love the combat here. It's nice and simple, it plays great. I don't get really tired of it. Has a nice amount of challenge too. I will say this, even then, Crisis Core was never like a throwaway game on the PSP. You know what I mean? Like there are those games where like, it's on the PSP, but it's like, it's fine. Yeah, the graphical effects look great. I'm just saying, like, to really just say that this is like an HD texture update is just a huge disservice because it's definitely not that. Like, this game is like it's an overhaul of the original experience. That is very cool. This is a complete overhaul.
セフィロス、侵入者はジェネシスコピーだ。
これはおそらくホランダの差し金だな。
誰だそれ？
コピー技術を盗んで失踪した死んだの科学者。
ジェネシスとそのホランダーってやつが手を組んでるってことか。
かもしれないな。
二人の目的は何だろう。
ホランダーは科学部門の主導権争いで敗れている。そのせいで死んだに恨みを抱いていた。
And they still brought Cloud's original voice actor, Cloud and Sephiroth's, which I love Sephiroth's voice acting. He was extremely frightening in the remake. I didn't think he was that terrifying, but like, damn, they did a fucking good job in that. I'll continue this section off too, and then you guys can see what Midgar looks like. Oops. Yeah, and the animations still look like the original PSP ones. They're still very static. Oh my god. Oh. My fucking boy. I love Reno. Well, I'll say, it's on my PSP Go. I'm going to give him a chance. If you have it on the PSP, I don't think it's a bad idea. It's not going to be as good as this, but you'll have a nice experience. Damn, she looks... Holy shit, she looks good, man.
タークスまで借り出されてんのか。
ソルジャーが出払っているからよ。
人手不足だからな。あんたもタークス
She's a cutie as fuck. Holy.
シスネよ。
俺ソルジャーのザックス。
Oh my god.
任務中ではないのか。
目的は同じだ。ここを手伝おうか。
ありがたい提案だが。
あら、心強い。じゃあ、ゾン、ザックス、後でね。
Damn, I felt some kind of way real quick. Holy crap, she's a big cutie. Heightened emotions. Alright, he's a little too excited. Give me 1 second. Let me check how long the stream has been going on. I don't like to drag it out too long. It's about an hour, at least at the moment. Yeah, an hour 7. I think this is... Yeah, I'm gonna cut it off here. I don't like to have streams too long, especially for the sake of VODs too, because I know a lot of people do like to watch the VODs here. Just so people like have a good understanding. Let's go back to the loading screen. I'll answer any finished questions, and I think we're good. There we go. That was Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion. Terrible name, but it's definitely a great. It's a great remaster. I was very, very happy. It's definitely one of those that's like, it's worth your time, wholeheartedly. Let me put this down, and I know the music's gonna be very loud. All right, there you go. That was Crisis Core Final Fantasy Reunion. I think it's just a great overhaul, a great remaster. They did a really great job on it. I was very pleasantly surprised. Fun fact about Sephiroth: in France is voiced by Bruno Choi. I can't read French, so I apologize. Best known to be the French voice of Johnny Depp, Ewan McGregor, and Nathan Drake. That's cool to know. Damn, so he's all the... I love finding out facts like that. Dope, man. There we go. I'm glad that you guys liked it. I wholeheartedly really appreciated a lot of what this remake did and how it runs and functions. I definitely bought this with my own money, so it's not... Square didn't give me a code this time, which is more than fine. But I've been really enjoying how this game runs and how it looks and everything. So I personally, unbiased, really do love this game a lot. I really do think the remaster is very nice. I am a fan of the original Crisis Core, so while I know that the game's aged like it's aged terribly, I still think it is worth your time. So I think everyone who can, please play the remaster. It's miles better than that, but if you can only get the original, you'll have a good time with that too, but just know its current limitations. But thank you so much for coming in an ace. Thank you to Argentinian Gamer. Thank you to I think his name was Young Khaled, and everyone else who came on stream. Thank you so much for checking it out. I'm so sorry for that. I just hit the mic. But if you guys are interested, check all of my links down below. The new video should be hopefully out on Saturday for YouTube membership people and Patreon folk. But if you do want to check it out yourself, and you don't feel like you know, paying, which is obviously completely fine, the video should hopefully be either out on Sunday or Monday, so you guys have options. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you appreciate it. Enjoyed the live stream. Appreciate you guys. I'll see you. Take care. Saludos de Chile. Igualmente, gracias, y jugaron increíble en el fútbol. Gracias por venir y ya nos vemos, chicos.